Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you. Before I start, I want to invite you to the next Healer online intro class. Every other month, the new Healer class opens up. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, it's an online class. It meets Mondays from 4 to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It runs for 4 weeks, so 4 Mondays from 4 to 6. And it's not just a drop-in class where you listen to a lecture. It's very interactive. So you need to have your own space to meditate, to communicate with fellow students, with me. And, all right, so you need your own space to be able to do guided meditations. Right away, you learn your own energy, what's yours and what's not yours. You learn how to create and destroy, how to set up your own energy, how to do energetic separations, class 1, the first class. So you can get everybody out of your energy, figure out what is your energy and what's not, and create a more sovereign space for yourself. Also, first class, you are introduced to a psychic surgeon and a healing master, your very own, that you work with while you're in this class with me. And out of class. So this class stands on its own. You don't have to continue on into the program. All the schools, the tools, the psychic tools, the schools, the psychic tools that you learn, you can use as I teach them, or you can take parts of them and put them into whatever practices you already have, or dismiss and leave them altogether. So if you are interested in learning how to heal your energy, heal your space, if you're interested in developing your own psychic skills, this is the intro class. This is where you start. So it starts on October 6th, runs from October 6th to October 27th, 4 weeks, 2 hours each. I provide notes and guided meditations that will supplement and help you. So, all right, if that sounds good, if that sounds like something you're interested in, I would love to see you in that space. Yeah, so, all right, let's get on with your reading. What's the overall energy of the read? Thank you. What's hidden from the viewer? Thank you. Outcome and advice. All righty. Thank you. All right. The overall energy of today's reading is the 5 of Wands. Protesting, standing up for what you want. All right. First word that came to my mind was clashes, energetic clashes, fights. You might be feeling your anger more. Might be quick to temper. Oh, wow. Ace of Swords. Okay. Feels like the people that I'm tuned into have got the energy of the truth. Consciousness. Foundational truths. It feels like this is a difficult journey to have this truth. to have foundational truths, to see things maybe differently than everyone else. Feels like whoever I'm talking to, that you've been on this journey over all these mountains. Can you see those? Is that the Rockies, Himalayan mountains? High, steep, cold. It feels like you have had to journey through a lot of difficulties to arrive at the truth. Your personal truth, foundational truth. And then we've got the eagle here with a laurel, a wreath, victory. There's something about independence, bald eagle, independence, freedom, and victory. Okay. So this isn't easy. It feels like there's a lot of challenges with the mountains. About something about speaking up, speaking truths. This feels in a group, that it leads to independence, freedom, victory. It's not an easy path. I'm hearing high risk, high reward. Got to risk it for the biscuit. That's what's coming in. 8 of Wands. All right, now the wands are increasing. This feels like 5 of Wands feels like it's more clashes, more like energies running into each other, creating a spark, creating drama, chaos. But it feels like at the root of all this is truth. Truths that cut both ways. This isn't about ego. And it looks like with this truthful energy, there's this flow state. The 8 of Wands, this feels like things accelerating, speeding up. Okay, what does the viewer, whoever's here watching these messages, what do they need to know about this accelerating energy? Okay, we've got Page of Swords. Here's that. It's almost like someone, oh gosh, in this illustration, this person definitely looks like a Jedi Knight. Got a little bit of that Luke Skywalker type of imagery here. Even walking on clouds, Skywalker. Okay, so there's some truth. And the page is not adept at knowing how to use that lightsaber, that sword of truth. 10 of Cups reversed, Tower reversed also came out. Feels like there's a lot of emotions. A lot of emotions. And a lot of trying to keep things the same. Trying to fix it. Trying to fix a false reality that's collapsing. Trying to keep the false reality from collapsing. Tell me more about these emotions and the trying to keep a false reality from collapsing. What does the viewer, well, that's interesting how that flipped up. Devil card. Toxic energies. False reality, draining. 9 of Cups in reverse. A lot of cups in reverse. A lot of sadness. A lot of heartbreak. A lot of... This is my card for centering others in your experience. When you're 9 of Cups upright, you're focused on your alignment And when you're aligned, the side effect for alignment is blessings, things just flowing, everything happening for you. There's this ease and flow state, and things flow in and out of your experience with ease and grace. When you're aligned with what's for you, so you're in your own alignment, there's just a side effect, blessings happening. Very lucky time. When Nine of Cups in reverse, this is my card for centering someone else. Someone sees this within you and says, well, I want that. I don't want to learn how to do that. I want that person to do that for me. I want that person to center me in their experience, and so I can have their blessings. So all the blessings flow towards me. It might work for a short period of time, but chronically, if you center someone else, other people, and you're attuning your energies to someone else's needs and wants and not attuning to your own, then you start being out of flow. A lack of blessings. So it has been my experience that centering others in your life and letting go of your own sovereignty, your own alignment, doesn't work. Maybe for a short while, but over time, you just get so out of alignment with you and what's for you and your blessings. And then you're in this fix-it mode. So it looks like what's ending with a lot of emotional upset, a lot of emotions, is centering others. Wow. Balancing cards. We've got Temperance and Justice coming out. This is balance coming back. Balance in the fire and upper chakras. So personal sovereignty, taking power back. And justice, fairness, upper chakras. To receive justice, I have found you have to embody justice. You have to stay balanced in your thoughts. If you are judging, if you are off into the weeds, then you are not balanced. You're not in judgment. You're becoming more attuned and more like what you're against. The more you focus on an old way of needing a pound of flesh, needing justice before you can move on, is a myth. And it just creates more suffering. Period. Real justice is embodying justice, being balanced. When you can alchemize your fire, when you can alchemize what you don't prefer and turn it into what you do prefer, when you can stay balanced and aligned, then you have alignment and balance, and justice comes in your way. You can't get to, if you want justice for yourself, balance, harmony, joy, happiness, you can't get it through the activities of revenge and needing someone else to suffer. Those are two very different activities. And so it feels like there's some of you that are figuring out, how can I let go of that need for revenge and someone else to suffer, so then somehow I feel better. All right. This feels very transformational. Feels like there's something that's been going on but it's escalating the passions and creating more upset. It feels like it's happening for us. So we can transmute these energies, alchemize, find balance again. All right, in what's hidden, we have a ton in what's hidden. All right, we've got the Chariot, Nine of Swords in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, Five of Swords in reverse. There's that Page of Swords again, Four of Cups, Seven of Wands. And like spreading them out and seeing. All right. This Chariot here reminds me of the Eight of Wands energy in the overall. There's some quick movement, something happening fast. This quick movement. This is hard control, taking control, making moves in the outside world, getting out of the comfort zone, and getting out of this wishy-washy, inconsistent energy. Oh, and there's something around no more bullying, power plays, people who punch down. This type of activity in the Five of Swords. This person is not matched with a child. This man is not matched with a child. But with the swords coming out of his mouth, it's painful communication. To me, this is the most insecure person in this image, the most fearful, the most powerless, is someone who punches down. Whoever feels to make themselves feel more powerful by hurting, controlling, manipulating those who are less powerful, that's a sign of someone who's wildly insecure. And so with the Five of Swords in reverse, it feels like that activity. There's new information, Page of Swords coming in. And then we've got the Fibonacci sequence here and all these equations. It's like learning something new. There's a new way of doing things. With Ace of Swords and Page of Swords, it's very new. Never done before. Untested. But it feels like it's rooted in a frequency, in a pattern that is divine, a divine pattern. Oh, we're clearing away the distorted patterns that have led to unequal power. Ooh, Emperor in reverse on the bottom of the deck, where there's control. Feels like you have everything. Okay, let me see if I can get this. It feels like you have everything that you need along the way. Don't throw everything out. It's like you can remix things and put them together in a different way. For one, to create healthy boundaries, protecting those who are vulnerable. Children. Instead of the most powerful on the top and they punch down, how about putting those most vulnerable in the center and caring for the most vulnerable in our society? There's something here about standing up. You might not feel like you're ready for this, but this feels like it's creating healthy boundaries for yourself, maybe on an individual level. There's a lot of negative all right, the Knight of Wands came out again in reverse in what's hidden. Okay, there are those trying to create a false illusion. It feels like you could get real burnout in this energy. I just heard Bashar in the last day or so talking about these energies and how it's like riding on rapids. It can be very exhausting. You don't want to be under and in it. You want to figure out how to ride those rapids. The rapids are creating fast change. Fast change. Fast change. Don't become part of the rapids. Stay as on top of it. Take time out. You can't, it's a journey being in these rapids. Don't burn yourself out. There are things we're all, it looks like, walking away from. Old ways of being that aren't enough. Wow, moon card. All right, a lot that's hidden. Oh, is being exposed. A lot of these false frequencies, distorted frequencies, distortion patterns. It looks like those are clearing, that have kept things very hidden, kept everything very hidden, and kept people kind of in the dark. A lack of consciousness, a lack of awareness of this space. And it looks like as the old is collapsing, being torn down consciously, then there's a slow rebuilding. That's what I'm perceiving. This feels like a big message on of the larger energies, things that are going on in the world, in this world. So, all right. Any outcome and advice? We have the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Two of Pentacles. New choices, taking things in a new direction. Okay, the Queen of Swords is a lack of inner discernment. Now the Queen and King of Swords, both in reverse, have shown up in this reading. Around a lack of clarity in these upper chakras. Unable to see what's really going on because there's been this mask, this distorted energy in the environment. Tell me more about the outcome and advice and what would be helpful. Okay. 10 of Wands. It feels like with the Hanged Man reverse, 6 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles reverse. There's a shift, a change, and it feels like it's around those who are burdened, those in our environment who we bully, and bully people who are vulnerable in our society. We don't take care of them. That reminds me of a fish called Wanda. Kin. Anyway, it feels like the most vulnerable, where we burden those who are so vulnerable, our children, those with disabilities, mental, emotional, physical disabilities, age. If you're just not the right fit, you don't fit in. And then those are who are burdened. And it looks like people are seeing this. And it's a pyramid shape. I'm not telling you anything new. There are people who benefit from this structure, those on the very tippy top. And it feels like there are people at the bottom, where the majority of the people are, who are carrying the burdens of those above. And they're seeing that. They're seeing the history of it. They're seeing it in their DNA and their family lines. It's not just this lifetime. And people are no longer abandoning themselves to maintain a structure where they don't benefit from the structure. That this is a creative world and we can create something different. That's what it looks like. So it looks like the old is being seen and clearing away. This is rapids. There's a lot of shifts. There aren't pathways open because we're in flux. So many people are making different choices, seeing things differently. And it's going to get louder as what has been here, like an extinction burst, getting louder before it leaves. Wow. All right. Anything else that's interesting. It's always interesting when something different happens. Cards on the ground mean that people don't want this out. They want this hidden. 3 of Cups, Sun reversed. Feels like it's Sun reversed, 3 of Cups. There's been this confusion, sadness, a lack of safety for the inner child, a lack of joy. And it feels like there are people coming together to change this. It doesn't have to be this way. There's something here about staying focused on what it is that you want on the other side of this. Not like, but how it feels for the individual to be safe. Can you imagine? John Lennon. Can you imagine no war? Can you imagine a world that's peaceful? Can you tune into that? Otherwise, it'll be clearing away a toxic structure for another slightly less toxic. It's important to have access to those energies, what you would prefer the world to be like, not in a controlling way, but in a feeling, loving way. Can you imagine everyone safe? Can you imagine children having plenty to eat and having shelter, having their needs met? Can you imagine children being so safe in this world? And that generation and how that would change grassroots effort, children feeling, and the whole generation of children safe, loved, fed, cared for. Everyone has enough food. Everyone has enough shelter. Everyone has their medical care taken care of, their needs, so they can create and enjoy this world. They can be their unique, authentic self. They don't have to fit in to a toxic structure. So, all right. I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for being here. What an interesting and beautiful message. So, take care.